My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC fight picks and DraftKings lineups run by MMA insiders and professional fighters. Every week, I join Dan Kramer and Nick Newell, two longtime professional fighters that have fought at the highest levels on the planet, as well as Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. So join us every single week for our full fight card breakdowns, our individual fight card breakdowns, our betting guide, and our DraftKings lineups. We have a big week with UFC 262 and a big promotion from Monkey Knife Fight. If you didn't watch my individual video breaking that down, let me walk you through it. This week, Monkey Knife Fight is giving anybody who plays $20 or more a free $10 if Jacob's lock of the week wins. So lots of pressure on Jacob this week. So
all
again,
on you, Jacob.
Lots of pressure. You're going to owe a lot of people money if you get this wrong. So again, this week, go into Monkey Knife Fight. Go to playmkf.com/wewantpicks. Deposit money using promo code WWP. They'll instantly match that money, give you free money. Take that free money, play $20 worth on some of the lines that we're about to walk through for you. And then you win triple. And if Jacob's lock of the week wins,
when it wins,
you'll wake up Sunday morning with 10 more free dollars. Next up at UFC 262, we have Jacare Souza versus André Muniz in the battle of the Jiu-Jitsu Titans. Interesting. This is tricky. Very, very tricky for a lot of reasons. First of all, it's basically a pick 'em with the odds. DraftKings feels very differently. And the strike line is tricky. I was hoping before the strike line was released, I was like, oh, I'm going to hammer them more on both because I thought they'd be like, oh, two grapplers. They're just going to grapple the entire time. But Souza's number is pretty high. So I think the play on the significant strike line is it's so hard with Souza. It's definitely more on Muniz. It's so hard with Souza. But before I jump into that, Dan, what are your thoughts here? Do you think they grapple, first of all? Do you think that either one of them even want to attempt that? Or do they strike? What do you think?
Yeah, I think this is going to end up being, well, I mean, there's a few ways this fight could go. I think let's call it, for the sake of fun, that the grappling is a net neutral. I'm sure people argue both ways on that. Muniz being younger, I mean, they're both very, very good grapplers. Muniz has a ton of wins via submission. Jacare does as well. But the one thing I'll say where I think Jacare has a big edge is the power in his striking. I mean, Jacare has a bomb of a right hand. And from what I've seen in the tape on Muniz, he gets hit. His striking is still improving. And Jacare is, I mean, the guy's a legend, first of all, but he has experience. He's patient. He'll sit there and wait like Dan Henderson with that right hand ready to unload it. And when the time comes, I could see him landing a bomb. And I don't think Muniz is necessarily going to be able to get a takedown easily. I think Jacare could probably get takedowns easier than Muniz would. So I think Jacare can really control where this fight goes. I think a lot of people are counting him out because, you know, he's lost his last three. But, I mean, let's take a look at those losses. Jack Hermanson, current champion, split decision, and Kevin Holland, which I still think that Kevin Holland fight was a fluke. Like, that was literally going to a T what Jacare wanted to do. Took him down at will.
Twice. Yeah.
I mean, it was like, because I had Jacare in that in a couple bets. I think I had him in DraftKings. I was like, oh, this is. I knew I was going to get this right, and then all of a sudden,
sour grapes, Dan.
I mean, whatever. I mean, good for Holland, but I think we found out the truth in the next couple fights. If you don't land a Mortal Kombat punch from your knees or whatever the hell he did, it's probably not going to be good having no wrestling defense. So anyways, I think Jacare is my pick in this. I like him. I was hoping he would end up being an underdog. I think the line might have shifted here. He might be an underdog now. So I think I'm going to put him in my lineup for the $8,500. I just think I think he's got more ways to win. I think he's got more upside in his striking. I think people are counting him out because of his age and his 3 losses.
It's dead even now. -110, -110, -115, -115. So
Okay.
Yeah, and Dan, you're 100% correct. Jacare, so I mentioned earlier in the Shevchenko breakdown, I kept falling into the trap. She'd be in my lineup. She'd be out of my lineup. When I would take her out, I'd put Jacare in because I think Jacare does have more ways to win this fight. I don't know Muniz's, actual grappling credentials. I know they're both phenomenal grapplers. They both have all sorts of different titles. I don't know how those actually stack up against each other, but functional MMA jiu-jitsu, you have to go with Jacare. And he's old and he's been put out completely unconscious, which is not great, especially at that age. But he does have power. Muniz also has power in his hands, though. But Jacare does have power, and he's on a skid, and I think the skid is why the odds are what they are. But look who he's lost to. He lost to the freaking light heavyweight champion in a 5-round fight. Like, he's not getting blown out. The Kevin Holland thing was a fluke in the way he lost. I think Jacare wins this fight as well. I don't know how much grappling there is, and that actually makes me a little nervous because I don't know how stable Jacare's chin is, right? He is 40-something. He did get put completely unconscious, which is not great. With that being said, he's been in more of these fights. He is definitely the more polished striker. He definitely has power in that hand. I just hope that, Andre's youth doesn't win Andre this fight, right? I hope just the gift of a young, healthy chin and the gift of unlimited cardio doesn't win this fight, because I do have Jacare in my lineup right now. I ditched Shevchenko. I have Jacare in there. 8,500 is a good price point, but I could have afforded more. So this is interesting. And if I have to play the line, I'm going to go more and more on both, but 48.5 is a lot. So Jacob, you nodded, you shook your head. I don't know what way you're going. What are your thoughts?
I don't like this, guys, because we are agreeing like way too much. We've been all on the one side of way too many fights. So I almost want to pick Andre here just to pick him because I agree with you guys. I think Jacare wins this fight. I don't think Andre is going to submit Jacare, and I don't think he's going to knock out Jacare. I think Jacare's, like you mentioned, he's got the power advantage, and he has power late too. I mean, he has 3rd round power to where he's still coming because he's not like a high volume striker. Like Dan was saying, he'll kind of sit on a punch and wait. So he has that power late. I think the only way that Andre can win this fight is with just sheer like volume. I think he's just got to get in there and throw some strikes. I don't think either one of these guys want to be on the ground with the other one. I think this is going to be a striking match the entire time. So I think that Jacare wins this fight, either with his power or, just finds a way to just control the entire fight. If Andre comes forward and throws a bunch of strikes, he can win it on the scorecards, but I just don't see any other way for him to beat Jacare. So Jacare, I don't trust it enough to put him in my lineup, but I think he wins this fight.
Yeah, it is interesting because Andre could just go out there and just grapple him immediately. He could say, I don't care who you are, and just grapple Jacare immediately. And like I said, I don't know the technical credentials, who is more credentialed and which tournament was more significant, because there's 10 million world championships out there. With that being said, Andre is busy on the ground. He's very busy when he gets into those grappling exchanges. Like his takedowns are not very good. He forces them because he's a strong dude. They're not very good, but he's busy. He's active on the ground. And Jacare is not as active. He's a threat at all times because of who he is, but that would be my fear is, like I said, the youth of Andre. And with that, just I don't care what his credentials are. I'm going right at it and just go right at Jacare, immediately take him down, and just no fear for Jacare's grappling. And if that's the case, top is top. And yeah, he might not submit Jacare, but top is top. So
I don't think he's gonna be able to take him down that easily, though.
He's not. His takedowns are not good. That's right. His takedowns are not good. So I don't think he will either. But that's just a concern I have, is that if he wanted to take the grappling to Jacare because he's just not worried about it, that could be a problem, because he is very active once they hit the ground. So
this is probably my most confident monkey knife fight. I think I really love the less more here, because like you said, Jacare doesn't throw a lot of volume, and I think Andre, for him to win the fight, I think he's going to have to throw volume. So I like the less more here.
Yeah, I'm positive on the more, but yeah, the Jacare line is I think they did a great job with that. And if you want to play that line, go to playmkf.com/wewantpicks, use promo code WWP, and they will instantly match your deposit up to $100. If you deposit 100, you will have 200 5 seconds later. If you play one of these prop lines and win, you triple that money. And then if Jacob's Lock of the Week wins this week, you'll have another $10. If you start with 100 real dollars out of your pocket, you could end up with $410 by playing just one of these lines. Every single week, we give away DraftKings gift cards to the winner of our free DraftKings contests. Well, now, if you're a member, we have very exciting news. If you're not a member, we still have exciting news. So going forward, starting this week, what we are doing is the winner of the free DraftKings contest will get $15 cash money, not in DraftKings gift card, literally cash. If you want Venmo, we will send you Venmo. If you want it in PayPal, we will send you PayPal. However you take your money, we will send you money. Subscribers will get $15 if they win that free DraftKings contest. If you are a member, you will get $30 if you win. Double. We will double it. You will get $30 from us to you if you win our free DraftKings contest. If you are new here, there is a link in the description below. And in that link, you will join our DraftKings League. And every single week, we do free contests. You go in there, you set your lineup, you compete. It is 100% free. It costs you literally nothing to join, literally nothing to compete. But if you win and you're a subscriber, you get $15. If you win and you're a member, you get $30, however you want your money. PayPal, Venmo, whatever's easiest for you. If you're not a member now and you want to become a member, there is a join button right below this video. Click that button and become a member. There's also a link in the description of this video to become a member. I just want to give a giant thank you to all of our members and supporters. We had another amazing week. Thanks to you. I want to specifically thank Antsy Music, Chris Tarano, David Ramon, Chris Jory, Donchichi, Jesse Cahea, Laputa, Joe Todoro, Logan Garrick, Sweet Spot X, Jordan Burgard, Aaron Reynolds, Brent Hinson, Jill, Juan Valdez, Chris Riley, Kayla Roth, and Pierre Exelholm. Thank you all very much. If you are not a member and you want to become one, click the join button down below. If you want to support the channel, we have a donation link in the description. Thank you all very, very much.